Welcome to my next video, part 3 for handling CSV files. Till now we have discussed that for making any kind of project, first of all you have to decide a problem statement. What project actually you want to do, which topic you want to pick up for designing a program, software application software in Python. After that we discussed what is front end and back end. Uh, in this current project what we are studying here, we have already decided these content in the first part of our these videos. Please watch that first part for the initial content. In the first part we also discussed the outlay of the project, how the outframe of the project should be decided, what are all basic modules should be added into the project. In my second video, we discussed what all modes are to be decided, modules are to be decided, and we discussed two modules also. We in this current project we are using the front end as Python and back end as CSV files. The basic structure which we decided in the first video of this series was these five main methods are to be decided, are to be written or coded for any kind of project, whatever may be the back end or the front end in the code. We have already discussed these two functions in video part 2. Please watch that video for understanding the concept. Today we are going to discuss this another module, that is searching a particular record in a CSV file. For searching a particular record in a CSV file, we will take the help of the module which we have already learned in displaying the record. So what we have to do is, first of all, we have to decide on which particular field we want to search the particular record. For example, let us say the current project which we are talking about is a record maintenance software for a ice cream parlor, which is holding three kinds of fields: ice cream code, ice cream name, and the price of that particular ice cream. So we will first decide on which particular field we want to search. Let us suppose we want to search a record on the field ice cream code. So we will accept the ice cream code from the user. The next step will be to open the file in the read mode. We will, as we open the file in the display module, similar steps we will follow for opening the file in the read mode. So once the file is open in the read mode, we will start reading the records one by one from the beginning till the last record of the file. As we did the same for displaying all the records, that whole code has been discussed in video part 2. The next step which we will do is, while reading each record one by one, what we will do is we will match the selected field value of the record which we are reading from the file with the value which we are searching for. Let us suppose I read the first record of the file and I am looking for an ice cream code I005. So I will match whether the record which I have read has the ice cream code as I005 or not. If the matching record is found, I will display that record. Otherwise, if the matching record is not found, I will move to the next record. So similarly, I'll keep on reading the first record and the last record. First record and the next record and the next record till I reach the last record of the file. If the record I have read the whole file and I have not found the matching record, I can take help of a flag or a value to set so as to check whether while reading the whole file whether I was able to find out the matching record or not. So let us understand how we can write down or implement all these concepts in a code using our Python. Let us understand this code over here. Uh, as we have already discussed how to add a record and how to display all the records using the traversal method. Now we will discuss the search method, and after understanding the search method, we will do some modifications in our add method also for improvising our project. So please watch this video till the end so that all the concepts are very much clear to you. Okay, now let us begin from the first command over here. As we can see here that I have defined a function search where I am passing an argument as an I code. That means I'm asking the user. So look, from where I will ask the user, I will ask the user in the method where I'm calling it. As you remember, I defined a method admin over here where I am calling the user to search the record. Now you can see here in my main menu, my search option is at record number option number 5. Let me enlarge it. At the option number 5, I'm asking the user to search the record. That means when the user is going to enter 5, I'm asking the user to enter the ice cream code to be searched over here. This is given in the admin control where I'm calling this function. So whatever ice cream code is being entered by the user, it is accepted in the form of a string, and I'm passing that string to this function as an argument. That means this string which I'm passing here, that is the ice cream code, is being used here, which is being transmitted here as an argument. Okay. Now I have the ice cream code which the user wants to search. As we thought that, let us assume user is looking for an ice cream code I005. After that, I'm using this variable val is equal to 0. I'm using this integer variable in order to check what is the condition when my function got over, whether I was able to read the record or not, and if I was able to read the record, whether the record was found or not. If the record was found, if the record is found, I will set this value to 1. If the record is not found, I will keep this value to 0. But if I was not able to read any record because there was no record in the file was empty, so it will be set to -1. So depending upon the status of my search, I will use this variable with different values for handling different situations. Now coming on to the try catch block. Try catch block, as we have discussed in my video 2 for a traversal, the same concept I have used here also. Try, and all that code which is related to that file handling of my CSV file, that complete code is written in try block. From the first file, from the opening of the file to reading of the file till the last. And obviously these two commands also has to be written within the uh, try block only. Whether I'm able to read the record or not, I should be closing these files objects over here. Okay. So after this try block is over, my exception is handling one situation where the file is not found either. That means if my exception is thrown on the first command, this error will be generated and this exception will be thrown and this message will be displayed, and my this module will send back the control to the admin module. This is same as we did in display. After I opened the file, I'm reading the records one by one. Once my complete file has been taken into the object by the name obj, I will iterate this object one by one using the for loop, and while iterating I am using the variable or the identifier by the name row. Now what this row will hold? This row will hold the records in the form of a list one by one. The same code which we have used in display. Now row 0, as you remember, was the I code, row 1 was the ice cream name, and row 2 was the price. So now what is row 0? Row 0 is the value which I have fetched or read from the file, the first record, and I code is the value which the user has entered and which has been passed as an argument over here. So I'm trying to match both of them. If they both match, if they both are same, then obviously I'm going to display the record, and displaying the record, the format has been already discussed previously, and I am setting this value to 1. That means if I am able to read the record, I will set this value to 1, and I can also add a code over here, break. That means I have already read the record, so I do not want to continue further. So my control will come out of the form. Now here, when I said if row means if the file is having any valid record. If the file is having any valid record, only then this will be searched. Otherwise, else it will go to else where it is saying file empty and my val is being set to -1. Now the third situation is my records are there, so it entered into the row. My val was initially 0. Now it is checking the records one by one and it could not match with any of the records. That means my val variable will not change the value because it is not satisfying this condition for any record. And because it is not satisfying any matching record, it will never set the value to 1. That means it will remain the value as a 0 for val. Now after coming out of this complete code for loop, I am deleting the object and I am closing my uh, this file object also. And after this except, that means my try catch block is also over. Now I'm saying if val is equal to 0, that means if this condition happened, that means the recording, the matching record was not found and this message will be displayed. So all the cases I have uh, handled over here. Before running this code, I want to show you the CSV file which was created in the last. You can see here that I have not written the complete path over here. I have just written the file name. That means by default, whatever is the path given by the Python, uh, wherever the path is set for my default files, my file is being created and saved over there. So by my default path is in the C drive because my Python has been installed over here, and then to users, and within the users my machine name is C1, so it is the default folder of mine. And you can see here ice cream.csv. This is an Excel file, but the extension is CSV because I have saved it as a comma separated value file. If I'm going to click it directly, it will open into Excel file. As you can see here, this is the only one record which we added in the second video while adding our records. So at present there is only one record in the file. But if I want to see how my CSV file is appearing in the form of comma separated value records, instead of opening into Excel, open it with Notepad. So I can say open with and say Notepad. Now you can see here, these are the actual comma separated value records. You can see it's not separated by the comma if a space is there, but all the three records which are there in Excel, each and every cell value will be separated by the comma. That is why they are called as CSV files. That means my file is also there and one record is also there. So if I'm executing my program, my code should display all these, it should satisfy all these conditions. Now let us run our program. Because I am writing all this code in my admin block, so I will say 1, and my option for searching a particular record is option number 5. So I will say 5. Now it is asking me to enter the ice cream code to be searched. I am looking for I005. And you remember my I005 I code ice cream code is not there into the file. So it will say no matching record for me. That means my variable val is still at 0. So I will say press any key to continue and I'll go back to 5. Now, you remember one record was lying there, which was I001. This one particular record was there in the file. So when I say this is the particular record which has been searched and displayed. Now, coming on to my code, uh, let us further enhance our add module after writing our search code. Now, I have done some changes over here in the add module in comparison to what we have discussed in video part 2. First of all, I have added a try catch block here also in order to handle the exceptions. The second thing is I do not want that ice cream code should be repeated in my records. Let us suppose I have given an ice cream code I001 to a particular ice cream. That same ice cream code should not be given to some other record. I want a unique code to be given in each record entry. So for that, what I have done is, uh, while accepting the record from the user, I am checking for the I-code. Is it already available in the file or not? If the I-code I'm accepting from the user is already available in the file, it will not write the record. So how am I implementing it? As we have done, we are opening the file in the append mode for writing, and this is the writer object. I'm using the writer method, csv.writer method. After that, this is the same code which we have done. I'm accepting the ice cream code, ice cream name, and the price, and I'm converting the price. I'm typecasting. I'm doing the data type conversion over here from string to integer, and then I am passing this method. I'm calling this method, and I am passing I code over here, whatever the user has entered. Now from here, I'm making a call to the search method. I and you, if you have noticed here, my search method is returning the value. Either val was 0 or val was 1 or val was minus 1. Whatever the value of val was there, the val should return a value. So I can say if val is equal to 1, I can say return val. I can return a val here also. Or okay, at the end it is returning, so I don't need it here basically, because at the end it is anyhow returning the value, so it's not required over here. So whatever may be the status, whether it is 0, 1 or minus 1, at the end of the program, it is returning this value. So this module, once this module is over, this will return this value. So I am capturing this value in the add function over here. So when this is a function call in which I have passed one argument as an I code, which is accepted by the user. So this argument is being passed, and after that, when this function is called, after the function has been executed and the function execution is over, this module of function is returning a value val, which is captured in A. Now, after that, the same procedure, an empty list is created. Whatever the three values has been entered by the user, I'm appending these three values in the empty list. So my complete record with a list in the form of a list is ready. Now, when to write this list into my main file icecream.csv at the end, appending this record, it will be done if the value I am trying to enter is not already written into the file. There will be two such situations where I have to add a record into the file. First, when my file is totally empty, there is no previous record, so no comparison, so I can accept the value whatever the user is entering. That means if the situation is -1. So if the situation is -1, I will say no records. I'm adding the first record. So simply say write row method and write the record. The another situation is when the function was returning the value 0. 0 means no matching record was found, because I set the value to 0 if the matching record is not found. That means whatever I code I'm accepting from the user, it is not already written there. So I can accept the new record and it will be written here. Otherwise, it is neither 0 nor -1. That means it returned 1. That means the I code was already existing. So let me not enter this I code again. So we will try these values also for adding the record. Let us run our code now. We have already tested for search. Let us try to add a more record into it. Let me say 1, add a new ice cream, that is the choice number 1. So I say 1. Let me try to add a record I001. This record is already there into my file. Okay, it's asking for choco stick ice cream. Let us say the price is 35 rupees, and searching for a particular record. It has displayed this record because I had called this function, and the value which I have entered is the same which is already there. That is why it is displaying this record. But you will say, once you press this key, it is saying this I code already exists, enter a new I code and try again. That means this record which was already there, it is displaying it, but it is not overwriting it. So it is just saying me to enter it again. So I'll go again, I'll go to one. Now let me enter a fresh I code I0002. Now I enter the name as Choco Stick, and the price, let us say 35 rupees. Now it is saying no matching record found. That means that no such matching record was there. So I'm assuming that my record should have been entered. So let me display whether my records have been entered or not. So I can display all my records. Now you can see my both the records are entered. So that's all for this video. We will talk about the remaining code in the next video. Thanks for watching.